Benidorm has around 10 campsites and Villamar's the largest, and also one of the more expensive, with a yearly rental of 3,200 quid. And you can tell it attracts the posh set. Today, the champagne corks are popping. There's a paella party. The host, long-term Villamar resident, Arthur.
You don't need a fortune to live out here. Very acceptable way of life.
This is the sangria I made earlier.
Right, this is the bloke's fridge. It's full of liquid refreshments, of course.
And the secret of perfect paella?
Plenty of beer. Get all your guests, plenty of beer, and then they'll come along and they say, by the Christ, that's lovely, that. Keep the moisture in the chef and none in the paella.
Living on a campsite, you'll meet loads of different people, loads of different characters.
Are we ready for this?
Everyone knows everyone else, and you just all mix in together.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Can we have a round of applause, please, for Arthur?
At Camping Benidorm, worker Dean's hard at it pulling pints when his friend Smokey turns up on a week's break from his hairdressing job in the UK.
120 quid to fly here, puts me up for free, which is another bonus. This is Dean's place. This is my bed, this is where I stay, which is fine for free. More money for alcohol.
Every time Smokey comes over, it's just crazy. You know you're in for a party like most nights.
Well, the campsite is rocking. I love it. It's crazy. I fit in quite well.
Well, we met over here, I think, when it was about 4 years
ago, yeah.
And we just hit it off, had a good laugh and that, and with Smokey, everybody gets on with Smokey.
There's just one problem.
I can't go out every night and party. You know, you've still got to do a day's work.
I wouldn't fancy coming here and working. Everyone says, come over there, come over there.
I don't think I want you over here working. I have to have a break when you go.
Dean's mate hairdresser Smokey is only over for a week, and the only thing exercising him right now is how to get around with the minimum amount of effort. Problem solved.
I love my mobility scooter. A to B, A to B.
You know,
I might as well
one
just...
bar to the other. It's so slow.
I just turned it right down. This is the fastest I want to go anyway.
At Camping Benidorm, it's the end of an epic week of partying for Dean's mate Smokey.
That's it, holiday over.
Looks like Dean needs a holiday now.
Time to get back to England, earn some pennies.
Happy days, man.
I'll see you next time I'm over, mate.
No, bruv.
See you next time I'm over.
Now, don't get up, Dean, it's fine.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, that's all right, bruv.
You're a legend, Dino. Legend.
And that's it there. So the party's finished till next time. Happy days.
Just need to drop off the hire car. I mean, mobility scooter. Meanwhile, back at Camping Benidorm, Dean's mate Smokey's still here.
Oh, this isn't good. Reception's closed. All my plane tickets, my passport is in reception.
Operation Find the Receptionist begins.
What does she look like?
Good-looking curly hair.
Apparently it's on her chest.
She literally just went past her.
Oh, this isn't good. I've got
To get a new watch?
12 minutes to find her. Can I have key for reception?
Yes.
I have no passport, no plane ticket. Oh, I have to stay in Benidorm longer. Yeah.
She doesn't look too thrilled.
Thank you. Right, see you all later. See you in August.
The airport bus leaves and it's adios to Smokey. Or maybe not.
Oh, no! It's gone! Oh, dear, this might be a bit of a problem. I've probably missed my bus.
There's no probably about it. There's always the scooter. Benidorm's campsites are full of scrimpers who want the cheapest prices. Mo and Peggy Levy from Bournemouth have spent the last 16 winters on Camping Villamar, but they've been together much longer.
We've been married now 61 years.
Go on, say what you always say.
If I'd have done a couple of murders, I'd have been free now.
Charming. Mo and Peggy and over 50,000 British pensioners come back to Spain every year for three things:
cheap food, cheap drinks, and the sun.
weather.
And they know a few tricks to get cheap drink even cheaper. Notebooks at the ready. First off, Mo asks for 4 glasses.
One is vodka, one is brandy, one is lemonade, and one is empty.
No ice, please. Means more room for booze.
They're big measures.
They're more than a treble, aren't they?
Yeah.
Mo's brandy is topped up with lemonade, and the vodka is topped up with Coke, but it's still too strong for Peggy, so this is where the extra glass of lemonade and the empty one come in. Mo pours half the vodka and Coke into the empty glass, then tops up each glass with the extra lemonade, leaving Peggy with 2 long drinks for the price of 1. What's left goes into Mo's brandy, waste not, want not, and the cost of this alcoholic alchemy?
£5.40, my love.
Yes, you heard it right, €5.40, about £3.90.
Cheers. We're just going down to this place next to the Red Apple to find out what the exchange rate is and change some money if it's good enough. If not, we'll go down to the indoor market.
Mo thinks he's spotted a good deal.
Extra rate for the loyalty card.
We haven't got a loyalty card for here.
That might be a problem then. So it's back to pounding the pavements. Getting the right exchange rate is crucial for the Brits who live here, especially if it involves a large amount.
We change a lot the first month, don't we?
Yeah.
For the rent.
Today is just 1,000 because the rate's not brilliant. The rate 135.50. I get 136.50 because I come here all the time and I special rate.
They're a couple of euros up, but walked a mile and a half to get it.
Oh, look, they got a chair now. They never used to have a chair here.
Put your feet up, Peggy, while you can. You've got a long walk back.
Give it me, I'll fold it on the table.
While Dave strives to stay in Benidorm, penny-pinching pensioners Mo and Peggy are heading back to Blighty, just as the super-hot summer season starts.
The heat has been terrible this last month, so I'll be glad to get back to cooler weather.
To save a few quid, they always clear out the fridge.
Here we are. Ham and cheese. We do a few rolls for eating when we get to the airport.
And the drinks cabinet, naughty. And to save even more cash, it's hand luggage only. Obs.
20 kilos.
No, 10. They don't weigh now. Ryanair, EasyJet did.
Glad we got that one sorted. So, taxi to the airport? Of course not. They take the bus. Hurry up, Peggy. So it's goodbye to Benidorm.
Adios.
Bournemouth, here we come. Camping Villamar is the biggest site, with over 1,400 caravans, mostly filled by Brits, looking for a cheap way to live full-time. For around £3,000 a year, they get a pitch for their caravan, pools, sports facilities and a clubhouse. It's run by entertainment's officer, Graham Happy Days Bolan.
Oh, right, happy days. Happy days out, Damien, how are you? Yeah. Happy days out, kid.
And no-nonsense Dutch campsite manager, Johan de Groot, who has been here since it opened 13 years ago.
The rules are there, of course, to keep order.
Mr. de Groot's been here since day one.
Morning. When people behave all right, there's no problem. I only have to act to keep the people in line. Let's put it that way.
You can imagine how many friends he's made over the years, can't you?
If not everybody is doing what he wants, and that's not possible.
Some people, when they see him, they're frightened of him. He's got this fear factor about him.
Morning. Can you remove the...
Yeah, going out on it then.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
He's unique in his own way.
And he's very, very proud of his kingdom.
Of course, I'm the authority here. Morning. I want to have it neat, and that's one of the strongest points of the campsite. Keep it clean, tidy.
As long as everyone does exactly as they are told, they are free to enjoy all the facilities.
This is the swimming pool. This is where the entertainment is. Capacity of 300 persons. Chemical disposal. These are the showers.
But he will go the extra mile if he likes you.
This chair is from a particular client who wanted it.
While Mr. de Groot keeps the place shipshape, Graham keeps it all...
Happy days, our kid.
Happy days.
But not everyone who has made Benidorm their home necessarily wants to share it. Meet Trevor from Sheffield, a retired decorator turned artist who is defiantly single. Don't get any ideas, ladies.
Well, you know, when I was younger, I was quite an handsome bloke. I didn't realise how good of looking I were. And I got into a lot of problems with women. Very expensive. You get to an age you say, Trev, you've got one priority and it's painting. I always loved painting, and I always had a, going back since I was 10.
And the campsite is the ideal place for him to paint.
It's nice here, yeah. And this is a pretty perfect spot, you know. It's a nosy corner. I can tell you what's happening from here to reception. I like to people watch. I like to see how they walk, and, you know, you think people walk upright, they don't, they walk like that way, and this is Stanley Lowry stuff, isn't it? You know? Yeah. Matchstick men and whatever, yeah.
But it's not just people he paints. Trevor can do anything you want.
I don't think I have any restrictions whatsoever on what I paint. If it's there, I'll paint it. It's like, if it moves, paint it, you know?
He'll even do you a Van Gogh if you want.
I do copy a lot of artists' work. I think I can improve Van Gogh's paintings, you know? And it looks just like it. I'm a good copier.
Modest too. Trevor adds to his pension by selling his work, but only if you come to him.
If you go to a market, you have to pay a stall fee, and it's all effort. I don't want that. This has got me into a leisurely way, which is, it suits my mentality. And this one, without a frame, I'd probably sell it for about €45.
These days, he's getting into recycled art, painting on caravan doors, basically.
I find it's a good medium to work on. And people deliver, you know, when they strip the caravans out, take the doors off.
I bet Van Gogh didn't wait for a door to be dropped off so he could paint, but Trevor's in no rush. Well, he's better than him anyway. Back at Trevor the painter's caravan, he's got no such worries. He's even got something to paint.
Howdy, Trevor.
Hello, Ed.
Do you need any more doors?
Oh, perfect.
He's taking them out, so...
Saved me money, that does.
Don't know whether you do them. I use canvases, but I don't use the wood in the doors.
Don't you? Oh, it's receptive for paint, it's good. Mona Lisa was painted on wood, of course. Yeah. And it's very... I find it's a good medium to work on. These frames cost probably €40 for the frame itself, you know what I mean? Least I've ever sold for maybe €30. Most I've ever got probably about €100. But that's a lot for a painting out here, you know?
And in return, Eddie gets his very own hand-painted pebble. Turns out they're quite collectible on the site.
Present for your missus, Betty Boop. People have said, yeah, we can always tell Trevor's friends, have a look, see if you've got any pebbles painted on plots. Right? They haven't got one, they've got a friend.
But if you haven't got a door to exchange for a painted pebble, Trevor will take cash.
I do paint a lot of pebbles. I'll have a lot. There's only a South Yorkshireman could paint a pebble and get money for a pebble, you know? Maybe one that size, maybe €12.
In a good week, Trevor can make over £80. In a bad one, nothing. But with a pension to cover his costs, sometimes he just sits back and enjoys his own company. Everyone needs their family around them when things get tough. And one expat in particular has the biggest extended family in Benidorm. 82-year-old Grace Campbell lives on the Arena Blanca campsite. She's adored by one and all.
People look after her, people take care of her and wonder where she is. And in the UK, that doesn't happen now.
But Grace isn't shy in retiring. In fact, she's an outrageous octogenarian. And if there was a prize for the most infectious laugh in Benidorm, there would be only one winner. Grace pays £220 a month rent at the campsite.
Caravan life is the best. This is my patio. It is lovely here. This is my kitchen. I think that's a clock. I like that one. I love cooking with wine. Sometimes I put it in the food. This is my sitting room. That's me when I was young. Would you have fancied me?
Grace lost her husband, Mike, 18 years ago.
Actually, it's my anniversary today. 60 years, and he's not with me. We were married 42 years, and I've been on my own for 18. I could do with him round here to do some jobs.
Grace hasn't let her widowhood or old age stop her from having fun. And she has a simple motto in life.
Live, laugh and love.
And she certainly does a lot of laughing. Whether she's playing pool with her mate Tommy, or having fun with her fellow campers, Grace is a live wire.
Everybody has fun when Grace is here.
And she epitomises what Benidorm has given to lots of expats, a new lease of life.
Our philosophy, when you get to our age, yesterday's gone, tomorrow you don't know whether it's going to come, you live for today.
What have you got to do at home? You're an old lady, they call you. You can stay there and do that. And... No, no, no. We still want to live. Enjoy life more.
Grace benefits greatly from being here, without a doubt. It wouldn't be the same for her in the UK. You know, she'd wither away. She is the life and soul of any party.
There's only one way to describe Grace. She is amazing Grace.
The bargain-loving Brits who have made their homes in Benidorm are always on the lookout for cheap days out. And the cheapest you can get are the so-called blanket trips, a free coach trip to the Spanish countryside. For super savers Barry and Barbara, the temptation has often proved too great.
We've been on the blanket trips loads of times, because if you want to see somewhere that's not in Benidorm, then this is the ideal thing. I mean, they go to half a dozen different locations, doesn't cost you anything. And it's supposed to be wine tasting and chocolate tasting. So, I mean, it really is a good bargain. That's his first on. Pick your seat.
That's what's in it for Barry and Barbara, but what's in it for the company who organises the trips? Well, obviously, it's one long sales opportunity. Every stop is a temptation to spend money. But Barry is confident he can resist.
It's like an auction. You keep your hands in your pocket. Don't wave them around, otherwise you'll end up spending money.
At the first location, salesman Lee's ready to sell, sell, sell. Good luck, mate.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are we all right? Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a demonstration for you this morning, quite possibly the best sleeping system on the market today. In order for me to demonstrate this properly to you, one of you lucky people get to get in bed with me. Who's that going to be?
At least offer to buy them dinner first. Oh, Barry's up for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, give Barry a round of applause. Hop on board, sir. That's my side, Barry. Now then, if you do share the bed with a partner, of course you're moving around. Now, I can't see Barry behind me, but I should imagine he's not moving.
No change there, then.
More importantly, the water that I put at the side of his head isn't moving either. If I did this on your steel sprung coil mattress back at home, it'd be soaking wet through.
And probably dialing 999.
Right, well, thank you very much, Barry. Let me ask you to go back to those extremely comfortable chairs over there.
How was it for you, Barry? Is his sales resistance starting to crack?
Lee was very good, very convincing, but got me very close to buying this time, but not quite.
No, it was that grip I had on your hand that stopped you.
Back on the coach tour, Barry and Barbara Price are visiting businesses along the Costa Blanca. So far, the canny pensioners have resisted the urge to spend any money. But the next stop is a local deli with the lure of chocolate and wine.
Oh, here we go.
Now the temptation to spend really starts. Oh, go on then.
Thank you so much.
What's this?
A little something to go with it?
Cheers.
And for dessert?
Honey and nuggets.
Did he just join the back of the queue again?
We'll try the sausage. Oh, there you go.
Spicy.
Very nice.
Here, it's all try before you buy. Barry's certainly trying, but is he buying?
Hey, that's not a bad offer.
No.
Bottle of muscatel, bottle of red, and you got 4 of any choice of the chocolate bars.
He's weakening.
The spicy and the plain chorizo. It's about 22, 23 euros worth. But of course you're buying it for 15, which is £12, or just less than £12.
Is the price right?
We'll do that.
We will, it's cheap.
Barry Price, come on down. How did they rate it as a bargain day out?
Been very good, nice. Yeah, I think quarter past 3 in the afternoon, 6 hours. Free trip. Well, I say free. We've got our little goodie bag, bargain. But no, it's been a very nice day, very good day.
You can still draw the UK pension here, but it may not amount to much more than £100 a week. Barry and Barbara Price came to Benidorm 7 years ago to make the most of their modest pension pot.
We've got a budget as our income. That's our budget, and how we spend it can vary week to week to week.
It's a completely different concept to being on holiday and living here, and you have to accept that you can't go out every night and enjoying yourself and spending lots of money.
Done this way?
Yeah, it's okay.
Like most Brits, they love a good market, and they're regulars at all the local ones. Here, they home in on the freshest fruit and veg at the lowest prices. But of course, you have to try before you buy.
Have some of them then.
And if you're not sure, try again. The Prices buy all their fruit and veg in bulk.
We spend 10, 12 euros, which is £8 or £9, I suppose, on the fresh veg, and then freeze it, which lasts us a fortnight, so it's about £4.50 a week. I mean, even if we did the same thing in UK, we probably spend £25 to buy the same amount of food. Yeah. Benidorm really is the cheapest place in Spain.
You can't eat out anywhere cheaper than in Benidorm.
Nope. I mean, you go from the cheapest Chinese 3-course meal, including half a bottle of wine, for €4.95, and that's £3.50. You can't buy the half bottle of wine in UK for that. It's crazy.
One man hoping to turn his money into a day away from camping Villamar is motorcycle technology consultant Eric Edwards from Chester. He spends his extended holidays on the campsite.
Great life out here on the motorbike. Always good weather.
Eric has a simple plan for the dream life. Save money on the basics, spend the rest on the good stuff.
Well, once you're shopping over in Spain, you can certainly spend a lot less money and get exactly the same amount of stock you'd buy for England. Even though it's a small shop, the price of the wine is incredibly low. A bottle of white wine here for about £1, so it's not bad going. You know, you've got to go to Spain and just do what the Spanish people do and buy their products. It's better, it's nicer, it's fresher, and it's cheaper. Don't go to the English expat type of shop where it sells English products. You'll find things a lot cheaper this way.
We get it, no English stuff.
Well, we'll see what this one comes to now. That's €11.53. I would think you'd be paying more like £15 in English for that. So if you take the €11 down to the current exchange rate, we're talking about £15 in England, £9 here.
We got 53, thank you.
That leaves plenty of cash for the things that really matter.
I bought this one, it was ready-made. When I moved in, I moved everything out and put all the stuff that I want in. Tell you there, I've got 2 fridges and a freezer there, mini oven, a microwave there, a coffee making machine and a wine rack, of course. A very pleasant environment to be in. You wouldn't imagine anything like this when you go on caravan or camping. Down here, got an ensuite area, which is there, bathroom, shower, it's all in there. And I guess another double bed here. Overall, it's an 8-berth caravan. It's one of the larger ones on the site. He's got everything, really. So it's a home from home.
And his ultimate luxury is his 2-wheeled freedom machine.
No, always get the best gear you can get if you're going to be riding motorbikes. I mean, the kangaroo skin's a very good type of leather. They're about £1,000. So it's a whole way of life for me motorcycles.
Wow. Back at camp in Villamar, and budget-busting bin divers Eddie and Pauline have decided it's time to go.
It's nice up to July, and then it just gets too hot.
At the moment, it's 33 degrees today.
I just sit here and I literally melt. And I think, oh, I just want to go home.
But they even save cash getting ready to leave. Despite Craig offering a cleaning service, Eddie's doing it himself.
He charges about €30. But when you've been working hard for your money all your life, you're not going to be really paying somebody else to do simple jobs like this. Maybe you're doing it, say, 3 times a year. That's €90, you know, it's all money.
And they know by packing up properly, they can save even more.
I've got to get all of this lot taken down, all the chairs put away, and then put the curtains on the windows to protect it from the sun. The sun will rot anything and everything over here.
Yeah.
You can see on this cable here, look at that. That's been in the sun, so it's just rotten. Look at the colour of that.
So the colour fades. I'll have to make a new one next year.
Make or mend, it's another way to keep the costs down. And just before they leave...
we can have a last tip before we go.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to make the most of the facilities they paid for.
I found a penny.
You give it to a friend, and you get good luck all day long.
It might only be a drop in the ocean, but it all counts. And with their bags packed and weighed...
$9.97.
So they don't get any extra baggage fees. Eddie and Pauline are off. I'm surprised they haven't made their own sarnies. Eddie and Pauline will be back when the cooler weather returns in autumn. But one man who can stand the heat, mainly because of his air-conditioned kitchen, is biker Eric.
The older people here, they disappeared off because they find it far too hot. Personally, I've got no problem with the heat. I find it's ideal. Perfect for riding a motorbike, and I keep cool that way, but if you're sitting around and you're retired and you're not going out much, you're not swimming, you will find it too intense, the heat.
He loves to save cash where he can and keep cool on his trusty steed, so he's going to hit the road.
Cheap days out here. Well, you have a motorbike, you don't pay for parking anywhere. If I'm going down on a motorcycle to the beach, I'll just go for a swim all day. Probably have a tapas at the beach area. You're talking €5, which currently is coming out around £3.50. Ride back on a motorbike. And all of that is quite easy done. And it doesn't really cost you much at all.
But today, he's decided to head inland to a group of waterfall pools to the north of Benidorm. This idyllic place costs a few cents to enter, and it's paradise for pennies all day.
We're going to be in the waterfalls any minute. We'll be cooling down, and it'll be excellent. Lovely weather, all the time, happy people, very pretty place to be. Living it, loving it, liking it, every bit of it.
And this place combines Eric's 2 favourite things, top-of-the-line quality and bargain basement prices.
There you go. That's my favourite today, Langostino salad, €7, under a fiver. Lovely. Just today, up to now, between the parking, meal, petrol, and getting in here, €10. About £7.50 in English money. And it's a whole day. And it's still going.